You know, I think we all know someone who doesn't like to follow the rules. And our next author wrote a very fantastic book for those of us who are in the corporate space especially and feel like it's too much going on for us, too much red tape, and we just don't want to deal with it. So this next author wrote a book on the corporate rebel's guide to make their organization listen and change. And that book is called Play the System by Nora Ganescu, our two-time best-selling author. Come on up, Nora. So what inspired you to actually rebel against the system and write this book on playing the system?
It is my clients, it is all the many wonderful people that I meet with my work, in my work, because I work with organizations, and I meet so many people with wonderful ideas, with so much enthusiasm, who really want to do great things, and yet they feel stuck and they feel sad and discouraged by exactly what you said, the red tape and the walls of indifference and all the procedures and the hierarchy. And so they lose their drive and they burn out. And of course, it's such a waste. I don't want this to happen to anybody. And I know that we all are part of the system, so we all have the power to actually influence it and move it around. So this book is for them, and it's about how to gain power in the system and how to seize that and transform it in such a way that it works for you and so you can make a difference.
What's the one thing that anyone who wanted to break the system or break the cycle of playing in the system, what should they know?
Well, the most important thing is that they make it their work to do so. They don't wait for somebody else who should do things. So take the responsibility, make it your job. Make it your job. You have just as much responsibility maybe as the CEO or anybody else. And this is the first step. Without that, there can be no difference.
You have just as much responsibility as the CEO. That's really, really good. So Marcia from New Jersey would like to know, what do you wish someone would have shared with you prior to writing your book? What do you wish you knew?
Before writing my book, I wish I would have known that the hardest part was not the writing of the book, but sharing it with other people. The showing up, that was the hardest part. Writing the book was because I wrote what I knew and I wrote from my experience. That was not difficult. That wasn't the most difficult part, but actually showing up and saying, hey, this is my work, this is what I do, that's the most tricky part.
How did you find the courage to actually show up to become the person who wrote your book?
This is a big part of the program for me, of the program of the Author Incubator. It's about really not only having a book at the end of it, but also becoming the person who can, who can embody that, who can bring that into the world. And that made such a huge difference.
Awesome. So again, the name of that book was Play the System. If you're tired of the game, you got to start playing it. By Nora Ganescu. Thank you so much, Nora.
Thank you, Omar.
Congratulations. Again, get that book. It's free on Amazon for you right now. Get that.